Coming up today on Ktown Social Club, an Asian kid in Ohio commits suicide after school bullying. Jeff Bezos won't allow criticism of free markets at the Washington Post. A German influencer visits North Korea. Hear what he has to say. Also, American leftists in San Francisco bash President Yoon. We'll see what that's about. Literally. Also, Korean Zionists rally in South Korea. The LA Pantry Cafe shuts down after 101 years. Zelensky is berated by Trump and Vance. Gordon Chang is being silly again. And what percentage of Jews are actually Zionists? I wonder about that. And also, lastly, Seoul's apartment prices, the average apartment price hits an all-time high. All that coming up and more.
From Koreatown, Los Angeles, thank you for tuning in to Ktown Social Club. For the issues you really care about. With Young Kim, David Yoon, Hajin Cho, Ed Choi, and I'm your host, Michael Kim. And with that, let's start the show.
And we're back with Ktown Social Club. Thank you all for joining us today. All right. Everyone's happy now.
I had a moment.
Yeah, we had to.
I had a moment.
We had to record.
But I feel better.
We had to start the recording again because things got a little real. But yeah,
you'll find out about it later.
Keeping it real goes wrong.
But I feel closer to you guys. I feel like we took a bath together.
Hell yeah.
Well,
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, Buena is a very sacred thing. You know, four guys, naked, going to a bathhouse together.
I love sauna.
Yes, I do too. I know in the American sense, it's gay as fuck.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah.
It's a bonding thing, you know?
For sure.
And you're hiding nothing from each other.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? You don't do anything. You don't get like, you know.
Yeah,
you don't get like Diddy and shit.
I figured, unless you're into that, you know, whatever.
Yo, Diddy's pretty crazy, dude. There's all kinds of stuff going. Diddy's like.
Oh, is that what you said, Diddy?
Oh,
Diddy.
Is that what he was saying? Diddy? Okay. All right. So the main story, somebody actually commented on our last week video saying you should talk about this. So an Asian student in Ohio takes his life after being bullied for being Asian, and he was suspended for fighting back.
Oh,
so there was an 11-year-old fifth grader, Abhyesh Thulung, who was from a Bhutanese refugee camp in Nepal. And Bhutan is one of the most isolated countries in the world, this tiny little nation. I don't know why he was in a refugee camp in Nepal, but he moved to Ohio when he was 2 years old, and he had to deal with racial harassment since last year, or 2023, I believe. He was forced to sit next to one of his abusers after he told his teacher that he was being bullied. And then he was also given detention after he grabbed his bully's shirt collar. And then on March 20th...
so he tried to fight back?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So on March 20, he told the teacher he was being bullied again, and then he was suspended for 2 days instead of following the teacher following district policy and investigating his claims. And then he killed himself the next day.
Wait, was there no, like, he's 11. I mean, okay, there was no, like, representation from his parents? His parents didn't go speak to the superintendent or the principal, or there was no...
Maybe they were too busy working.
Well, there's a lawsuit now.
Yeah, I think they were.
But still, I mean, like, these days, like, I get called to the school, like, a lot, you know? Like, every time my son does something, I get called to the school. So I'm wondering, was there a teacher and parent, conference where the parents could actually stand up and speak for the child?
I didn't see that information in here, but when you think about they're from Bhutan, and then they were in a refugee camp in Nepal, and then they're in Ohio.
Working 24 hours, okay.
Yeah, what can you imagine they're thinking they can do?
That's like the OG, like, immigrants that came.
Yeah, and I don't think they were in, like, Columbus or Cincinnati.
An 11-year-old killed himself? I mean, that's...
Suburban, rural Ohio, especially Akron, Ohio, is, like, crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine how he feels about America, how his family feels about America, the country that they thought was going to be the savior, coming as a refugee from Bhutan.
Yeah.
Coming in, look at him holding the American flags, you know. They must have felt so happy coming into America at that point.
Yeah.
And to have the system fail on them like that.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I mean, how can you not take this seriously and really look?
Now, here's the other thing. This was posted by Vaccine Gaming, an excerpt from an article on Cleveland.com. It says, after his death, some of the students who bullied Abhyesh celebrated in social media posts.
You gotta be out of your
the lawsuit
mind,
indicates.
dude. Man, these kids have to be like tried as adults.
Here's the other thing. The attorneys for the family wrote in the lawsuit when they tried to get information from the school district, they were only given partial records and were told that the school had deleted surveillance video of the interactions with other students that led to a suspension.
Shit.
So this is a real fucked up
I mean, there was no like you have to. There has to be something. I mean, how can they say something? I mean, they didn't commit the crime, but I mean, the fact is that it's because of them. They're bullying. Is there any kind of investigation into the bullying activities that?
This was March.
Yeah, I guess.
Of last year.
Yeah, I guess it was March of last.
It's been a while.
Well, when did this news break out though? Okay, 4 days ago. Okay, so there's still a chance of this being.
Let me see when it actually. See, maybe the suing just happened recently.
Yeah, I think it made the news because the lawsuit
lawsuit.
just hit the public records.
I mean, aren't there like battery charges, or isn't there some kind of a charges that could be brought towards if they could, but they would have to prove it.
Yeah. So yeah, this happened.
That's insane.
Yeah, they became citizens in 2023. All right, looks like it happened last year.
Poor boy.
Yeah. I haven't gotten around to it, but I'm going to find the teacher, the principal, the superintendent.
Yeah.
We're going to fucking publicly massacre them.
Yeah.
And then in Asian Identity Reddit group, what is this? This person who got 18 upvotes says, Asian parents, especially immigrant ones, are next to hopeless when it comes to helping their children get through bullying. I wouldn't be surprised if the parents blame their child for being bullied.
I agree to that up to a certain point.
I don't know if you've ever gone through it, but in America, when you fight for your bullied child, it's literally that. It's a fight. you have to be aggressive and assertive, which majority immigrant parents, especially Asian immigrant parents, specifically Bhutanese immigrant parents, most likely are not going to be as aggressive and assertive because you have to fight for it. You have to prove that they were bullied. You have to yell and scream and demand, that things are being done. And we're not. Immigrants are going to do that.
Have you ever seen like Asian parents, like a lot of Asian parents, if the kids are getting bullied or something, they will generally say, turn the other cheek. 그냥 조용히 하고, just be quiet and do your work.
Right.
That's insane.
Or worse, apologize for them.
I've heard of that too.
Like my mom literally did that. She literally apologized, and I ended up getting kicked out of school for it. So I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Wait, apologize for you getting bullied?
No, not bullied, but something not similar, but.
Right. So,
Asian parents are like apologists.
I remember there was a time when I was in elementary school, and I had chapstick. My lips were chapped, so I was using chapstick, and I guess a piece of it melted, and then I had it on my hands, and then it kind of got on the table. And the teacher basically took that and said that I wrote it all over, that I used it to write it, but that wasn't the case. And even on a case like that, when they called my parents, I told my parents what had happened, but their reaction was just kind of like, just say sorry. And we'll just end it like that, and it won't happen again.
Yeah. Versus having to
like
fight.
Why are Asian
argue.
Parents like that? I'm kind of curious about that.
I mean, it's one cultural, but also like our families came mostly from war-torn times, so they're they're not used to fighting. I don't think.
Well, don't Koreans also say the peg that sticks out gets hit or something? But then also, squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Well, it's also in American, if you stick your head out, someone's going to eventually chop your head off.
But isn't it also that mentality that in America, these kind of cases don't become big? Like, what if this had been a black child?
Or a Jewish child.
Or a Jewish child.
Kid.
Or any child,
if it was
right?
White kid,
I mean, isn't that
news.
mentality the problem that things like these happens or bullying incidents happens to younger Asian kids, and it just never, ever makes the news, and no one ever gives a crap?
Right. Anyway, rest in peace to Abyesh Tulung. Hope his parents win a big settlement and school does better. And I don't know why they would delete shit and
That's so sad.
We're gonna call the shit out of that. Yeah. Fuck them.
All right, so we'll get to the bottom of this, and Anyway, let's move on to the next thing. Jeff Bezos, who owns the Washington Post, will no longer allow opinions against personal liberties and free markets, and says that those viewpoints will be left to be published by others. So here's his tweet. Yeah, so, in support and defense of two pillars, personal liberties and free markets. We'll cover other topics too, of course, but viewpoints opposing those pillars will be left to be published by others. So, yeah, billionaire takes control of a huge media empire and says no more opinions opposing free markets. Anyway.
You know that the Moonies? Which one is the one that the Moonies
Sun
own?
Myung-moon.
Yeah, they own a
That's Washington Times, I think.
Washington Times.
Not Washington Post, yeah.
So they own Washington Times, and Jeff Bezos owns Washington Post.
Yeah, but Washington Times is a lot smaller.
Yeah, the Washington Times is a local paper. Washington Post is a national paper.
Yeah.
WAPO.
Anyway, Jacobin, which is like kind of a socialist magazine, I think, but maybe they might be considered Trotsky or whatever. Do you know about them, Jacobin?
Mm-hmm.
They wrote about him. They said
Dude, he looks like Dr. Evil, dude.
no. Some
Just straight
people have
up
said he looks
Dr.
like
Evil.
Lex Luthor.
No, he looks like Dr. Evil. You know who's the guy? The
Oh, from
Austin Powers
Yeah.
and the Mini Me.
$1 million.
Dude, that guy is huge, man.
So Jacobin says, in an admission of intellectual weakness, the Washington Post's billionaire owner, Jeff Bezos, announced that the paper will no longer publish perspectives critical of the economic status quo. If his ideas are defensible, why is he so squeamish about debate? All right.
Hasn't he been slowly taking over all of America and all over the world, little by little?
No, that's Elon Musk.
But isn't Bezos more rich?
No,
No,
Elon Musk is
Musk
the
is
richest
the
man
richest
in the world.
They're on the same team, though.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Racist.
Yeah, one guy owns the Washington Post. Another guy owns Twitter,
The other guy owns
Facebook,
Washington,
Instagram.
D.C.
Well, who owns CBS and MSNBC?
MSNBC is, what's that company? Comcast, isn't it?
Warner.
Brian
Who-
Roberts.
And who owns Comcast? You know what I mean?
Isn't it Brian Roberts?
It's just everything's
Yeah,
owned by
Brian L.
people
Roberts.
who are going to.
He's the chairman and CEO of Comcast. His father was either the founder or something, and then when his father died, there was this thing written where his son had to take over. Something like that. It's kind of weird.
It's like a conglomerate.
This is one of the
It's
big.
like a Korean conglomerate.
This is one of the big major media guys, but you don't really hear about this. You hear about Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah.
He might be the ultimate devil.
Yeah, but this guy here, Brian Roberts, not many people know about him. But yeah, this
he's
guy's
smart.
in charge
That's
of.
why he's low key.
Let's see, Comcast, MSNBC, and whatever else. I don't know what all their assets.
I mean, all you need to know is the Comcast building in Philadelphia is the tallest building in all of Philadelphia. So. Yeah, money.
Oh, do they own DreamWorks? Okay. Anyway,
Yeah, Comcast owns a big portion of DreamWorks.
yeah. So there's that. All right. Anyway, Jeff Bezos doesn't want to be questioned on. Doesn't want to discuss
I
freely.
mean, it makes sense, right? He probably doesn't like his employees arguing with him, you know?
What
he's-
employees?
He's probably
Did he fire all of them?
He's probably gotten used to not having any pushback.
You know, when you go to when you look at the Amazon warehouses, apparently it's like 99% automated, right?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
When you go to Home Depot, there's not many employees there anymore. When you look at cashiers at supermarkets, you don't see cashiers. You see one person overseeing 8 self-cashier areas, right? Where are all these people working? Where are all these people going? How come no one's talking about this? Like the jobs reports, I don't even know if the jobs reports is right, because when during COVID, when everyone was getting unemployment, no one wanted to work. I had to go out there and beg people to work, right? Almost, right? But now it's like I'm getting phone calls. I'm getting people coming into the restaurant asking if I have openings. You know, jobs are not around
I think
anymore.
it's getting more and more tough, and even I think is it this episode
Do we have something on the next episode?
or is something in the next episode about Vegas? There's some scenes from Vegas showing how dead it is now.
It's dead in
Yeah.
Sunset. I went to the Beverly Center just a little while ago. It was dead.
On a Tuesday afternoon.
I mean, Tuesday afternoon usually there's still a little bit more people
Okay.
than that. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you still see.
But you were
foot
at the Rock,
traffic.
or you were at the Rainbow Room, right, in Hollywood.
Yeah, no, I didn't go there. That
Oh, you didn't
day.
go there,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I flaked on her. I was sick.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the economic landscape's changing. Even like
It
on
is.
Fairfax, the hundreds just closed, and I think they were one of the last like mainstays to leave.
And did you also? I saw this report that MZs they don't drink anymore.
They
don't
smoke
drink
weed?
liquor.
What do they do then?
I don't know what it is, but they don't go out. They don't go to bars. They don't stay out late. They usually go
Yeah.
home by it's like 8 or 9 o'clock. I went to the Starbucks in Manhattan Beach around there, the shopping mall there, right? Dude, it's like all these like teenagers just sitting there. They're drinking coffee and they're studying and they're doing all this stuff. I look at bars and restaurants; it's like all empty.
Yeah.
It's a very strange phenomenon that's going on.
Legalization of marijuana also helps. I think when Denver legalized marijuana, drinking went down like 80% or something crazy.
Really?
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, alcohol, I think that's one hell of a drug. It is a drug to legalize. Have you ever seen someone try to come off of alcohol?
Yeah, you can die.
Yeah, they can't do it. You can't just cold turkey alcohol. Number two, it's responsible for a huge increase in domestic violence, rape, sexual assault. It's not a good drug, dude. It's not.
Yeah. So, I don't know how we got on this.
Sorry,
but,
I always have a way of.
No, I think we all have
Taking
our
it to
ways.
Neverland.
I think David's the only one
It
who's...
used to be me. Now it's Young. Thank
Sorry.
God.
David's the only one who doesn't have ADD. ADHD.
I actually have ADHD.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So next story. I think you'll like this story. It's about North Korea.
Yeah.
You love North Korea, don't you? Yeah. You're a North Korea stan, aren't you?
I am a North Korean.
Okay.
That is true.
Where would you live
You
if
even
you were
got
gonna
like
live
a
in North Korea?
haircut that's a little bit more North Korean.
Really? It looks more South Korean though.
Yeah.
Where would you
Yeah,
live?
yeah.
Where would you live if you were gonna live in North Korea?
I actually, I want to obviously check out Pyongyang, but I would want to live in like the countryside. Yeah.
Oh.
You mean
Meet a
like-
country girl.
If I'm by myself, if I have kids, that's a different story. If I'm by myself,
Oh,
I mean, if you live in the country, you're going to have kids.
oh no, I mean
There's
just
they have
like
to go
Nothing else to do there.
You're unmarried now, right?
I'm unmarried right
And
now.
you're presented with an opportunity. David, Kim Jong-un has a special invitation for you. You can come to North Korea. You can live either in Pyongyang or pick any rural area, and you will be provided with housing and a office job where you can do research or teach history at the university.
Yeah.
What do you do?
If my girlfriend, who I hope to make my wife, is down, then yeah, of course I'm down. But if she's not down, I'm not gonna leave her for
Why
that.
wouldn't you?
Okay,
why
let's
wouldn't you
take
find
that
a,
out of it. Where would you go?
Why wouldn't
If
you
I'm not
find a
dating
North
her.
Korean girlfriend? Why wouldn't you get a North
Well,
Korean?
because I have a girlfriend right now. Yeah, I love her very much.
That's a moot point. Where would you go? Where would
Okay,
you
if
go?
I'm single and I don't know my current girlfriend, I would want to do both. Yeah, but I'll definitely go. I'll go. That's a yes.
Regardless of
But
who.
you can't come back.
Regardless of who. What if you had a girlfriend? Where would you go? Pyongyang? I hear the housing there is a lot nicer.
Well, yeah, of course it is. Yeah, it's a capital. Yeah, that's another thing. It's like, oh, Pyongyang's nice,
That's
but
the
like
elite.
everywhere else is like, it's the capital. That's every country in the world.
No,
the
but North
capital's the
Korea's
nicest.
Pyongyang's an elite, like the Pyongyang University. That's
But,
the
but
elite.
who do you mean by the elite though? They're not business leaders.
Oh, okay, they're the
teachers,
group.
they're scientists.
Yeah, but there are street sweepers who live in Pyongyang.
Yeah.
There are restaurant waiters who live in Pyongyang.
I
Yeah, I
haven't seen their home.
I heard the elite are like the people who are like the best in their industry. No.
Yeah, it's not like business
no,
owner. It's not
it's
rich.
the-
It's like
no,
scientists
it's
and
the-
teachers.
No, I thought the rich are like the members of the social
party
Yeah, the
members?
party members.
Well, I'm sure some of them are. I mean, keep in mind it's a mass party. It's not like the Democratic Party. Like, you can be a farmer and be a part of the party.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you
also,
can?
as far
Yeah.
as I understand, North Korea isn't like a pure communist country. Like there are.
What are you talking
There
about?
are some tiers of people who do better than others.
You can't leave North Korea.
For example,
Which-
like if your
Can you leave
grandparents or
North Korea?
parents.
No, but like that's not the defining thing of communism. The defining thing of communism is that like it is a
Agrarian?
social.
Oh, okay, okay,
yeah.
all right. Like, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so anyway, David would go to North Korea. I'll just
100%.
yeah.
But what if you can't leave? Would you
No,
still
'cause I
go?
have friends and family here. I'm not gonna leave them. Yeah.
But if you didn't have friends or family here, you would move there.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't align with the communist thing. It's one person
but
was
his
able to
answer,
go out. I mean,
but his answer was if he's single, he'd live in the country. If he didn't, if he had someone, maybe Pyongyang.
Well, it depends on what she would want.
Right.
I'm down for whatever. It's whatever she's more comfortable with.
Interesting. Okay, well, North Korea recently reopened for tourism.
Yeah.
After shutting down for a few years over COVID, and one of the tourists who went back recently was a German tourist, and this was originally reported by I think Business Insider or Bloomberg or something, but you got to pay to read the article. But I found Insider, but it's also on Yahoo for free. So I was one of the first Western tourists to visit North. Isn't that the Palestinian guy? What's he doing here?
Abbas.
Okay, yeah. To visit North Korea in 5 years. I was surprised we were allowed to see signs of poverty. So this guy, let me show him here, Luca Fermengus.
Fermengus.
Yeah, so he's a German influencer, 228,000 followers on Instagram. He visited Rason, a special economic zone.
Right.
He was asked by his tour guides not to take pictures of farmers' houses in the countryside because they were run down and shabby.
And he did.
No, but they acknowledged the poverty existed, but they just didn't like tourists coming over and just taking pictures of all the broke, poor stuff
Sensationalizing it, yeah.
and presenting it as the sole truth. So that's what he was surprised by. So here you can see his Instagram. He's been to lots of countries.
Wait, so he's been to more than 191 out of 195 because it says last four countries and North Korea's flags in there. So
Oh, he's been there, yeah.
So I guess now it's 3.
I think,
or
isn't
two
that,
potentially.
that's Libya's flag, right? Isn't that the new Libya flag after Gaddafi? Yeah, that is the
you're right.
He hasn't been to Libya yet. Okay.
Wow, how do you know this stuff, dude?
Because I remember it went from green to this thing, this whatever
No,
thing.
Michael knows a lot about flags. One time we had a whole hour-long conversation, and he knows so many flags.
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay, I didn't.
He was like, "What flag is this?" I was like,
All right. Yeah, flags. What are they called? Flag enthusiasts. What are they called?
I have no idea.
Yeah, see, only a flag
they would know
enthusiast
that.
would even know a word exists. You know? God damn it,
Vexillophile.
words.
Yeah, vexillophile is a.
I didn't even know that word.
I don't know. I just know it. Okay. Oops. So he's been to all these countries. Here's some North Korean stuff. And one thing that you'll often see is performances by locals when you go to North Korea. When I went to North Korea, I got to see some performances as well.
Why are the kids so good?
They're incredibly good.
Because
I think they get beat.
No, you're kidding.
I think they get
okay.
beat, dude.
Maybe they get a ruler hit their hand or something.
No. I got that in South Korea when I was going to school, man.
Yeah. So why are you
North
applying?
Korea,
Why are you
dude.
applying South Korea to North Korea?
Dude, they're probably easy like
No, but
whip.
I remember an interview or something about one of the North Korean kids who does this kind of stuff, and they were saying, or the parent was like, "Oh yes, every day she comes home, her feet are so tired and whatever." But you know, it's like they're just saying, like, you know, it's hard work.
I don't think they get beat. I think they just get forced to do it repetitively until they're in sync.
Do you guys
You
ever
never
watch,
went to school in Korea, dude.
There's a documentary about the
No,
mass
but
games. You know what I'm
that's
talking
what we did in like karate and orchestra.
Documentary
hit in
about the mass
karate?
games.
about? Yeah, it follows
No.
2 North Korean children who
did karate
participated in the
here.
mass games.
This is an older one, isn't
It's
it?
very old. It's like from like the early 2000s.
I vaguely remember it, but yeah.
If you watch it, you'll see like the children's motivation. And I
See,
think that'll answer your question.
They don't
What
get
is it?
beat. They're not as good
What
as
is
the
it?
kids before.
They,
the kids
like,
in the
see it
past,
as,
when,
like,
when you
serving
see
the
them in like the
country.
80s, dude,
yeah.
Yeah.
these kids are on point, dude.
So gaslighting.
North Korea has become nicer. It's true. I could see it. They're not as good as they used to be.
Let's see, and here's Rason. That's a bank. You can open. Foreigners can open a bank account here. I remember this bank
That's random.
because this is a special economic zone. Yeah.
Imagine in the taxes, it's like, do you have a bank account in a foreign country? Yes. North Korea. You would get picked up by the CIA the next day.
I mean, America would never have access to how much money you have, though.
No, that's why you would get arrested.
He even visits factories. They're making what, skirts or something.
Wow,
here?
I'm actually surprised they let him film.
Yeah.
I think
So-
when I go, they'll let me film even more.
Yeah.
Why? Because you can speak Korean?
No, because they know my intentions.
아저씨 한 번만 더.
They know his. They know your documentary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Right.
watch, he never comes
Wait, what do you
back,
mean they
dude.
know your documentary?
I visited like the North Korean like UN embassy a couple times.
And they knew about your documentary?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, you're still not connecting the dots here?
Anyway, so yeah,
That's
there's
terrifying.
so there's all kinds of footage, and
I've made bad videos about North Korea before. That's terrifying.
but this
Like
guy.
jokingly. Like, oh, North Korea thought they invented burritos. Like, uh-oh.
Oh, I saw those there. Yeah, it's sold in kiosks.
Yeah.
North Korea
but
has
I was
burritos?
joking.
But yeah, this guy he's one of the few Western tourists there who's doesn't seem like he's making like content being like, this was hidden, this was done under, you know.
It doesn't seem political.
Yeah.
Anything he's putting out. It's just like, hey, this is my experience here.
Yeah.
He's a world traveler. By the way, it reminds me of, I think, 2018 when I went to China with Aaron Pan of Singapore and this sort of travel journalist, Brooke, also from Singapore. And the idea was, you know, this video is a Quora video, right? You might see it up here somewhere.
Link it right
above
here.
David's head.
Right here.
But for Quora back like 7 years ago, we did go to Rason as well in North Korea. So here's the video.
Ooh.
So I'll just show you some clips. I'm in the background here. Wait, let me.
Is that China or not?
This is Yanji, China.
Okay, yeah, 'cause
this is the capital of the Korean area of China.
It's so weird to see such a large public space so empty because we're so overcrowded here in the US. You know what I mean? Like, you would have to wake up at like 6 a.m. to go there to try to get photos that empty.
Yeah. And I was somewhere, where was I? I was sitting somewhere back here somewhere.
Oh, is it 360?
Oh,
Yeah, this is a 360 video. So Aram is a Singaporean photographer.
Right.
He specializes in 360-degree photography. So
oh my gosh.
I didn't make that. He did. Hey, it looks cool. Where was I? I was following behind them somewhere. I don't know where.
Apparently really far because you were like 360. I don't want to be in it.
Yeah, I thought I shouldn't be on camera. I still don't think so, but
Can you zoom?
I don't know, maybe. Oh, I think I'm in this video. So we
Hey,
naengmyeon.
짜장면. 냉면.
Yeah, that'd be hella weird if they went to eat and you're like, I can't be on video. So you like sat at a different table on the second floor.
And here we interviewed a Korean lady, Joseonjok.
Is she a
okay.
teacher?
Yeah, she's a teacher.
Is that what the school classrooms look like?
I don't know. This was just
This is in China though.
yeah. This is in Yanji still. Oh, this is in front of the People's Park in the Yanji.
Dude, that shit
so there's a
looks like Korea,
huge
too.
free park with a zoo.
Oh, what?
Like people, it's just free.
zoo?
I mean, it's a park that has a zoo.
Oh, but you still pay to go in the zoo.
No, you just go. They call it
Oh.
the People's Park.
Oh,
it's
look.
free.
Oh, right.
Mango
I was
hotel.
like, how do they feed the animals? And I was like, oh, right,
Penguin.
communism. Duh.
정신 수정.
I literally had that conversation in my head.
Look, there's all these Korean signs on there.
Yeah, Korean and Chinese.
Joseonjok.
This is the autonomous Korean region.
Nice desks.
They look hella
And then the next day
uncomfortable.
they start heading to North Korea. So I had to stay behind in China. And
How come you didn't go?
because there was a travel ban.
Oh, this was after.
This
the
was like
travel
1
ban.
year
Oh,
after the travel
so they
ban.
went in and got all the footage for you.
Yeah.
He is American citizen.
So
And then you got the contraband in China.
let me see. Oh, so that's North Korea. They landed in yeah. So they're in China here. I think that's
Is that the border?
yeah. I think they couldn't film. Yeah,
That's
and then
the bridge.
then they ended up see Rajin.
Wait, can you can walk from China to
Hey,
North
they-
Korea, right? Like
can,
from San Diego to like Tijuana?
They changed
can,
their
yeah.
license plate to
What
the
do you mean?
European style.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Oh,
See
you
how
mean
it's
the long and skinny?
ones, yeah.
but even here they visited some kind of factory. This might be the same factory. I think they put tourists generally on the same course.
Yeah.
A lot of similar places. And then also he also saw a performance by these children. I think he
See, they're not that in sync.
No, they used to be. See, the kids aren't beat. That's why.
no, these are not the Pyongyang kids. The Pyongyang kids are better.
That's why.
Also, they look like they're like 4
years old.
The country circus.
Country circus? Get the fuck out of here.
So yeah, this is when Cora went to North Korea without me, but
Do I swear I've seen that guide in multiple videos.
See?
yeah.
He's the only guide.
No,
He's the good one. You're like, you have a camera? You're getting this guy.
He's master propaganda guide.
or maybe his English is the best. But yeah, so checked out some stuff and yeah, so hopefully I'm gonna.
Is that a yogwan?
No, these are I think the farmers' homes.
It's like a straight out
Oh,
old school
I was gonna
Korean
say
style
because
home.
it's
Yeah, this
clearly
is a
brand
home.
new.
Yeah.
like they clearly just
Yeah.
built that like in the last
They have
5
glass.
years.
Yo, you should show the new houses in the farming villages.
Oh,
in
I
North
want to see
Korea.
a toilet.
yeah, I've seen those. Those look
Especially
really
after
nice.
the flood.
Do they have
Wait,
the
why? They're like
squatty
traditional but
potties,
new?
or do they have like the seat
Oh, squatty potties.
in North Korea? Squatty potty? It's squatty potty, huh?
It is more efficient.
I saw mostly regular toilets, but
Squatty potty is efficient. I understand.
considering even South Korea has those, I'm sure
Not
they must
anymore.
exist.
Not even
No,
like
they're still in South Korea.
No
like
way.
in the Shigor.
Yeah,
No,
like,
in the
like,
subway.
In Seoul.
What are you talking? Not anymore.
I was in Korea last
Subway,
year.
gas,
where? Which
gas
subway
stations.
stations?
Seoul. I was in Seoul.
Seoul Station, and then
Well, no, not gas stations, but I'm not.
They might-
services,
they
but
might
just
have-
in Seoul in general.
Dude, I have not
there's
seen
still a
those in a
lot
long
of
time.
Sure.
squatty, and I like them.
I like them too.
They're cleaner because your ass doesn't touch anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's no as much splashing
There's no
when you
splashes,
pee.
right,
Yeah, it's
right.
amazing.
Have you ever seen the unicorn seat? How you're like it lifts your legs up on a regular toilet seat.
No, those
And
are
then
squatty potties. Those are squatty
that's-
potties.
Yeah, that's mimicking that,
Yeah.
right? I know that it's better taking a crap with it, right? But when you're wearing pants, it's not that easy.
You just take them off.
You
That's
just
what
take
I
the
do.
whole
I
pants
take them
off.
off. Yeah, I just take them off. In those squatty bathrooms, yeah, I just take off my pants and underwear, and I'm just like a little kid. I'm like, and squat and poop.
You know, a long time ago when Koreans like first immigrated to America, like in the 80s and stuff, some of them they couldn't take a crap unless it was a squatty potty. So they put their feet up on the toilet seat
Yeah.
and then just poo like that.
Not surprised. I mean, it's a good way.
I mean,
Also,
it
like-
comes right out.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah, yeah.
rah.
Easy way to fall off and like crack my head open.
That's that's
With my
there's some
luck.
inherent risks.
Yeah.
Great discussion.
Clumsy.
All right. Now, next story. By the way, I'm going to apply with the U.S. State Department again this year to see if I can get permission to go to North Korea as a journalist or reporter.
Yeah.
I tried in 2017. They rejected me. So I'll try again this year because I got my passport finally renewed. Anyway, next story. Leftists.
You think they're more likely to approve you if they know you're anti-North Korean or at least seemingly anti-North
I
Korean?
think so, probably.
Then we should go together and you can show them my TikToks.
Sure.
But when I
Yeah.
get kidnapped, it's on you.
Dude.
You better do everything to get me out.
You're gonna become a bargaining chip, man.
I think you'll be fine. What they might do is they might
Just fuck with me.
yadancho or something like that.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, so next story.
Sengan Nasaki.
Leftists in San Francisco bash President Yoon. They bash him. Now, let's show this.
You mean literally?
Yeah. Although it's not literally President Yoon.
Leftist?
Well, this was posted by PSL, which is the Party for Socialism and Liberation. It's a tanky communist, one of the communist parties in the U.S.
I love licking U.S. boots.
They're holding a speech bubble over Trump saying, make Korea Japan again.
That's hilarious.
Another one says Yoon loves to lick U.S. boots. Now, I'm mixed about this because watching white people using...
Oh, are they white?
At least one of them was white. I know Koreans are there too, but...
From here, it looks like they're...
Yeah, but watching white people using these pool noodles to bash a Korean face, I don't know, it feels a little weird to me.
Yeah, that part is weird for sure. I thought they were Korean people, and I was like, yeah, but yeah, that part's weird.
Yeah, let's see.
Why don't they like him?
I mean, honestly, but because it's him though specifically, I mean, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because it's him specifically.
Just the general vibe is a little sus for sure.
Wait, did it even
I guess
show
the
the
better
video?
question is, do they really know his what's going on with
That
him?
would
I
make
think
it
that's
what
a
it's
better-
racist or not. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. That's a better.
Are they just
question.
looking for an excuse to beat on an Asian face? I don't know.
They're hitting Trump more though.
Also, like,
For
just
sure.
use a bat.
Well, then, but that would ruin that.
That's the point, isn't it?
Why don't they just make a piñata? And then the kids could get candy.
Oh, piñata. Yunyata.
Yeah, Yunyata.
Or a Trumpiata.
Trumpiata.
Oh, there's so many Trumpiatas
there's a
when
lot.
you cross the
Bidenyata.
border.
I'm sure there's a
I
lot.
don't know. Zelensky-yata. Whatever. If you have a problem with someone, make a...
Nenyaha or
Nenyaha.
Netanyahu.
Okay.
That's a
So
mouthful.
anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's just whatever. Next thing, we only got 27 minutes left.
I like
and,
the comment that's like, this is performative and corny.
Where? Oh, agreed. But this is performative and corny. It looks
Can
like
you burn effigies?
when the therapist tells you to punch the pillow
And pretend
it's your dad. I gotta see what this guy looks like. All right.
Like one of the dads that the therapist is telling you to pretend to punch. That's what he looks like.
Let's see what other people say. What in the cringe fest is this? There you go. Hit their cutouts with pool noodles. I'm sure that'll show them. Some people love it. Killing it.
I don't know about killing.
Actually, the killing it is
Oh,
funny.
pinata.
That was a pinata comment.
I just feel really disappointed they didn't make him a pinata.
Just make a pinata.
Sai, we
Oh,
should
yeah,
really
we
take
should
a
also
page
cover
from
the
the
Greek protest.
Greek protest. What exactly is a foam noodle going to do?
Oh, we should cover.
I don't know about the Greek
What's the
protest.
Greek
What
protest?
happened?
I think it's the largest like mass strike in modern history.
Is it like the Syriza 10 years ago?
It was over the railway incident that happened
Yeah.
3 years ago, was it? And how the government still hasn't
Done
It's like
anything.
similar to think of like Seoul.
Yeah.
Hey, did
But
that
worse.
economic
Yeah.
did economic blackout day did that go?
I'm not sure.
Was it?
I don't know
was
what you're talking about.
economic blackout day.
I guess it didn't work.
Okay.
Whatever it is, I don't know what that is.
Actually, can you look up how many people died in Greece the train accident? Because Seoul-
57?
Okay, so Seoul 50. So it's 4 more times people died in Seoul, but yeah, Koreans are not raising the hell. that Greeks are.
228?
Yeah,
Wow.
it was 200 something. I remember it was over 200.
Korea.
Seoul?
Seoul was
304.
something. It was 304.
Wow. 304. Just got to remember, it spells a
Yeah.
word. so-
Also, there's a documentary
When we were doing
called,
CrossFit, we had this WOD where you do a burpee for each child that died or each life.
Wait,
Was
who
that a
did-
fundraising
In
thing?
CrossFit, yeah, it was a fundraising thing.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then we on the anniversary of
Yeah.
the death day, we
Yeah.
had to
Burpees?
do burpees. Yeah, dude, 304
Seoul
burpees.
was caused
dude.
by
Try
a
it,
US
dude.
US submarine.
Oh, was it?
There's a whole documentary about it.
Yeah.
There's a whole documentary about it. Also, same with Cheonan. They blame the North Korean torpedo
The Chonan
for it.
seem very suspicious.
Yeah, like international physicists and like engineers have come together and said, yeah, this is not a torpedo. This is like a really round, large hole. Hit it and split it in half, not a torpedo.
So it was a U.S. submarine.
It was a US submarine.
Why would North Korea hit a South Korean sub?
So
out of
I want to
nowhere?
Out of
see. Okay,
nowhere.
so I want to see these reports. I mean, I can see
There's so
the
much
logic in it.
evidence.
Okay, look, I'm not
Yeah.
denying it.
Yeah.
But when you look at South Korean
I'm not
reports,
denying. I'm just stiff arming this idea.
speak to the head.
Hey, this guy used to work for South Korean state media here.
Speak to the head. State media told me that it was no. It was. Did they say? Wait, did they say that it was North Korean
Yeah,
something?
North Korean submarine. Torpedo.
On the
North
Seoul-
Korean
not the Seoul hole,
not-
but yeah.
Seoul was
Cheonan.
just an accident.
Yeah,
a
Cheonan
captain's
was
mistake.
all North Korea, dude.
Cheonan was a U.S. submarine.
So are you
they
saying
were both U.S.
the
submarines?
South Korean government is lying to us?
Of course, yeah. You know what's crazy is SBS actually reported.
How do you know North Korea is not lying to you?
I mean, well, just look at the evidence. And what reason would North Korea have to randomly just torpedo a ship and kill like 50
They do
sailors?
random attacks all the
Evidence?
time.
What's that?
Like which random?
Like the
the only
terrorist attack on the airplane.
The
That
only-
one- okay, on that story, you know who she married?
Oh my God.
She married a KCIA agent. Imagine a 9/11 perpetrator marrying a CIA agent. That's insane. The woman who said, "Oh yes, I was like ordered by Kim Jong Un to do," I'm sorry, Kim Jong Il to do this. She married a KCIA agent.
I'm not denying it, but you understand from my perspective as a state media.
Maybe they fell in love. Maybe they were like,
Sorry.
something's happening here.
No, the only time that I can say that North Korea attacked South Korea recently was
Yeonpyeong?
the shelling of Yeonpyeong.
And they never started the war.
Well, are you saying that there were no fights between the two armies?
No, I mean North Korea came, right? I mean,
No, but here's the thing.
At 5 in the morning,
they say
right?
that on June 25th, 1950, the North invaded the South, but wasn't there fighting going on
For an
already?
entire year there was
Well,
fighting.
I think
Why
there
is that?
was, yeah.
Why is that the official start of the war?
Let me ask you
Because
this:
you came
who
to-
started
you
the
took
American Civil
over,
War?
huh?
Who started the American Civil
I
War?
didn't study that part.
No
dude.
one
I was
knows
like-
because no one cares. It's a civil war. That's the answer. No one cares. When it's a civil war, no one cares who
But do
started
you understand
it.
what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Theoretically,
I have
the
a version of
North
history
started
that
the
I've been
Civil War,
taught.
I think.
And then you guys are like giving me a completely different side. I'm like going, you're smoking crack cocaine, you know?
That's why shows like this are important. Okay. Anyway, so
Shameless plug.
yeah, shameless plug to our audience. By the way, check out me and Young Kim at the Source Mall in Buena Park. The video just dropped.
I love how Michael was like,
Right away,
speaking of shameless
right away.
plugs.
We're there. You can watch us eating egg sandwiches, drinking dalgona coffee.
That was a lot of food, dude.
And you eating black shin for the first time, which is crazy.
What's black shin?
The
Shin
shin
ramyun.
ramyun. That was your first
Oh.
time eating black shin
No,
ramyun?
I chose it.
Oh,
okay.
That
What
video
was
made
it?
it seem like you were trying it for the first time.
I think
right?
it was. It might
I've had it before. He's the one that chose it.
I might have. Yeah, I might have.
I was fine with
good.
regular Shin, but
I actually thought it was
he wanted
spaghetti,
he wanted
but-
it. He wanted a black one. He likes it black.
That restaurant was good.
Big
I
and
like-
black.
Yep.
It's it just has bone
hard.
broth in it.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's
What?
just regular Shin with bone
Do you
broth.
watch BBC?
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
BBC?
Do you watch BBC?
Yeah,
I
sometimes.
read BBC. I don't
Because you
watch
said big and
BBC.
black. so I
Yeah,
was like,
he's
you
trying
know.
to make a joke. I can't believe you guys fell for that. What the fuck? I was like, what the fuck is happening?
I don't know, do you like BBC or BWC?
Oh my god.
God, oh,
I'm just kidding.
I like
conversation.
You know, this guy started it. This guy.
He did
This
start it.
guy.
He did start it.
All right.
Big AC.
All right. Anyway, I hear they call that now. Asian guys are saying it's the Golden Sea or something. Anyway, okay.
The Golden
We're
Sea.
going down a really
I don't know.
so off topic.
Does it come from a lot of golden showers?
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Let's go back on track. Let's go
All
back on
right.
track.
So next story. There's a lot of Zionists in Korea. I don't know why.
Wait,
but-
and they're Jewish blood or
No, just Korean
Just
evangelists,
Jewish
religion?
evangelicals. Korean
yeah. So
Protestants,
let's check out this video here of these.
Boitongs.
Ew.
That's disgusting. That's so shameful. Like I can't even look at it.
No, it's remember it's a lot of the Christian,
Yeah,
the
they're all
hardcore
Christian.
Christian.
Yeah.
They will support Israel because the Bible says so.
Because they think the Bible thing says.
I don't know.
But is it the Bible or is it their religious leaders are misleading them, like their pastor or something?
Both using the Bible. Yeah. So.
I mean,
God makes it very clear in the Bible. I mean, you can use different verses, but from the same Bible, God makes it clear that the Jews will never have a country of their own ever again until
In nomine
Messiah comes.
Patria Filii Spiritus Sancti.
That's why, I'm Catholic. Catholics have never taught that, Israel, like Zionism is, whatever. Pope Francis calls Israel like a terrorist country,
so the Presbyterians the
No, it really
Protestants.
is. It really
It's
is. The
Protestant.
denominations, the Keishingyo, as I like to say, the Keishingyo.
Protestants, yeah.
Yeah, Keishingyo.
And notice how it's only American and South Korean. I wonder what the relationship is. Primarily only American and
Maybe South Korea and America need to deepen their ties because they're, China's trying to subvert democracy in Korea, apparently, right? Yeah. So America needs to do more. All right, anyway.
Oh God, State of Israel said this means the world. God.
Yeah, so
Well, they posted it. I thought the same thing too. I was like, but then I realized they're the ones who posted it.
yeah, so much to the delight of the state of Israel.
Wait. There's an account called Israel in Korea.
Yeah, there's an account called Israel in Korea.
I saw there was this video of like some guy getting like a haircut. I think he was getting his haircut on the top of a rooftop in Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they flattened Gaza.
Oh yeah, it's like.
And
it's
like some of the comments, I
destroyed.
look at although I'm conservative, when you see like the conservative comments, it's like going, "Oh, why start a war you can't finish? You,
Yeah, yeah.
So you deserve it."
Wait.
I don't
No,
agree
you
with
finish
that.
first. No,
Oh,
sorry.
I don't
No,
agree
you
with that kind of shit.
Did you see the video that Trump posted about Gaza?
Yeah,
though?
dude, it was insane.
Did you see that?
The,
Did you see
this
that?
golden statue
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Trump?
It's like he's trying to turn Gaza into like a
I
Vegas.
think it was posted on the official White House or the
if that's
official
true-
president account. I
Yeah.
forget.
If that's true, I don't agree with things like that.
Yeah, you have to watch this. This is crazy. He
It's-
posted this
yeah.
like either on the White House website on the
No, I
social
think it was
page?
like Truth Social or something. Or here it is.
No. It was posted on either Donald
no,
Trump or the
I
White
remember
House
it was- yeah, it was
account.
something official,
Yeah,
I
it was
remember.
official.
It's insane.
Yeah, see,
though.
it comes directly from Trump.
So what's nice?
How does he come up with this shit?
Watch this. It gets so crazy.
Mar-a-Lago.
It gets
Mar-a-Lago.
terrible. It gets terrible.
Watch this.
Is that Elon Musk?
Yep.
It looks like Elon Musk.
This is Trump balloon, dude.
No,
it gets
wait
worse.
for it.
This is AI.
We know that.
Wait, he posted it.
Yeah, he posted it.
Look at that.
Look at that.
It's a fucking Trump tower.
There's golden statues of him
And that was
everywhere.
Netanyahu right there, laying down.
Netanyahu and Trump side by side.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Which
sure.
is also so crazy because like there's a whole thing in the Bible about false idols and golden idols and shit. It's like this is crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, Trump fans are not going to catch that.
No,
They
no.
just
Yeah.
I don't
completely
agree
into
with
it.
that. I mean, I don't like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think anyone should do that.
It's
Unless you're the Gaddafi or something.
He called it Trump Gaza.
which is insane.
Yeah, which is insane.
Yeah. I don't know. And speaking of which, we're gonna get to Zelensky later and how he was berated by Trump and let's get on to that now. The Trump and Zelensky thing. Did you watch that video of Zelensky at the White House
They
and
fucking
everyone
bullied
has.
him, dude.
Trump and what's that fucking Vance?
JD Vance.
They're like, you haven't even said thank
yeah,
you.
did you
and
say thank you
Yeah,
once?
that's
I
crazy.
mean,
I'm
he did say thank you. I know that, but
to me,
but-
does it seem? It seems like does Donald Trump and
I mean, he might as well just say, "Did you bend your knee? Did you kiss his
But
ring?"
apparently there was a
Fuck.
40-minute conversation which was derailed. They had to talk. Zelensky had to talk with the treasurer minister, and had another talk with them. And so there were other elements in it, but there was a journalist or a part of the team who was kind of berating him about a suit. Like that kind of
Yeah,
shit
right
is
here.
kind of like that wasn't Vance though. That
Yeah,
was some
that was
other
a journal,
guy.
Brian Glenn.
I don't know where he stepped up
but
and said that kind of
Zelensky
stuff.
has worn
though.
that in
Every
every PR
video.
thing he's
And
ever been shown.
also, he said that he's not gonna wear a suit, and when his country is at wartime, that he's always gonna dress
Yeah,
like that, like
that's
a soldier.
ridiculous.
That's what he says. So I don't agree with that, but I do also understand that Zelensky made some pretty crazy, like advances, like asking for certain things, and kind of was demanding this and that. And I understand, from my understanding, is that they were not happy with that, and he wasn't really willing to stop the war. And I do understand that truce that Trump is, no one really knows, and everyone is probably thinking that they're going to be losing a big part. Like Ukraine's going to be losing a big part of
It's
it.
like IMF.
So yeah, I understand like the gist of things, but I disagree with how it felt very bullyish. But they did get him to concede, basically.
But it seems to me like Trump doesn't know what the purpose of sending money to Ukraine was. And Vance, like, did you even say thank you? Like, isn't this for you guys to maintain your empire, to keep fucking with Russia? Like, this is not for Zelensky. This is not for Ukraine.
But do you know also how the Biden administration and Hunter Biden had deep ties in Ukraine, and there were files and certain investigative things that Trump was asking for to be released, and Zelensky didn't really go for it. Zelensky was walking into this with a disadvantage because he was also supporting for Harris's win and also Biden's win during this whole time.
I think JD Vance said that.
Yeah,
you
so
were campaigning for the opposition.
Well, yeah. So I think he came in with a huge disadvantage, and. Yeah, I don't agree with the bullying type of shit. I don't agree with that kind of stuff, though.
Yeah, but that like fragile ego shit does not belong in government. You know what I mean? And like anyone who has a fragile ego like that should not be running anything.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
I have never seen anything like that either.
Because it's fucking 창피해. It's
Yeah,
fucking-
but have you ever seen someone come inside the Oval Office asking for money, acting like Zelensky though?
Israel, but even worse.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
even
okay, so
worse.
that's getting to my point is, look how tough they are with that little Zelensky dude, but they can't say shit to Netanyahu. In fact, Trump pulls out a chair for
pulls out a chair
Netanyahu.
for him.
yeah.
So why are you acting all tough with Zelensky?
that's why
You can't say shit to Netanyahu.
Israel is the deep state.
Pussies.
And even with
I'm gonna get shot for
even
this.
with Zelensky, they had to have like 20
Israel is
people in
the
the
deep
room for
state.
them to feel comfortable to bully him. You know what I mean?
Netanyahu
It
is
was
the
like-
deep state.
It was like 20 versus 1 in there. Like that's not. I don't think that's courage at all. That's cowardly.
Yeah.
So when you look at a scene like that, I mean, especially like the parts that are going out, to me, a conservative, it looks like a bunch of locker room football bullies.
Mm-hmm.
I admit that. It looks like that.
All right. Anyway,
But it worked.
let's move on. By the way, there's this account. It's called Israel and Korea. I'm not going to follow it, even though I'm tempted to, but I'm not. Let's see. Next
They
story.
labeled themselves as a government organization.
What? Breakfast
Like
24?
on their profile.
Israel and Korea?
Yeah, look at it.
You mean it might be the embassy there or something?
No, that's what they. You know how like you can label yourself as like clothing brand or like whatever.
Yeah.
Right up there, up top,
Oh, wow,
government
government.
organization.
Shout
Oh, this is Israel
Oh, it's
embassy to
embassy.
South Korea. Yeah.
Oh, this is the page that posted that one video about the terror.
Oh, that's this.
Like super early on, and they took it down because South Koreans were like, "What the fuck?"
Now that makes sense. Israel and Korea, it's the embassy.
Yeah. All right, next story. You guys ever go to
Oh,
this
yeah,
place
you-
in downtown LA called
You again.
the Pantry Cafe?
No, but
They
I drive
heard
by
of
it a
this.
lot.
I wanted to go. This is closed.
101.
Yeah,
years.
it used. Okay, so late night downtown LA institution, the original Pantry Cafe has closed after being in operation for 101 years. Now, it used to operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I've only eaten there a few times, usually between midnight and 4 a.m. And the food was never great. It was just diner food, very plain. eggs, hash browns.
Which is crazy because on the weekends there's a line out the door
Yeah.
and around the block every
So
weekend.
why did they close?
Yeah, every weekend.
Well,
why did they close?
There was something with the landlord or something, but when I went there, I remember the waiters were like really old, like 70s and stuff. Like they'd been there for like 30, 40, even 50 years working as waiters there. It was owned by former LA Mayor Richard Riordan,
by a
Dick Riordan, who died in 2023
That's
at the
an
age of
unfortunate
92.
name.
Yeah.
The
Dick
whole name.
Riordan.
Yeah, Riordan.
Riordan.
Yeah. It's just so unfortunate. Yeah, especially like at school, you know, they're like Riordan Dick.
Yeah.
Or Richard,
Riordan,
I guess.
Dick? Okay. Anyway.
No, but that's actually sad. I've never been there, but having lived on the East Coast where like diners are part of like the culture there, it was always sad because I was like, when people come to visit in LA, they're always like, oh, let's go get food. I'm like, oh, it's past 9 o'clock.
Yeah, go to Hodori.
Everything is closed unless we go to Koreatown.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's crazy. I thought LA was a city. I'm like, no, we're a sprawling suburban city.
Yeah.
You know, so like that was one of the only places you can go that wasn't in K-Town.
I see,
Not that I ever
see.
went, but it's just sad because,
I see.
you know, diners.
I'm sorry, it's not due to a landlord. It's due to a dispute between unionizing workers and its owner, the Richard J. Riordan, the Dick Riordan Family Trust.
Oh, well then fuck you then.
Then
Yeah.
fuck you. Then.
Then
Well, I mean,
fuck
like the
you
workers,
then.
as in like the
I'm no longer sad. Fuck you.
the servers,
servers,
and the
cooks, stuff
Yeah.
like that, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, close down.
So anyway, it's gone as of Sunday. So
They're
goodbye.
unionizing?
Good riddance.
Well, I guess they were trying to.
Like,
So-
like
I mean,
a big union or like a
typically
pantry
happy
union?
employees don't try to unionize, so
Right.
they were clearly unhappy.
Yeah.
I'll bet you he wasn't. I'll bet you know what it is. I'll bet you he didn't raise prices.
Illegal
for it.
immigrants.
All right,
after it went to-
all right, let's get to this. So, in Thailand, recently announced, Thailand
Sorry.
was given a lot of pressure that when Chinese illegal immigrants, quote unquote, whatever, go to Thailand, especially from like Xinjiang, the Uyghur population, to not send them back to China because they're oppressed or whatever. And then Thailand recently announced like, hey, what the fuck? Why do you keep, we're going to start sending them back. Like, what do you want us to do with this? Like, you guys aren't helping us. So we're going to start sending them back. So Gordon Chang says Thailand is now complicit in China's genocide and other crimes against humanity. Pray for the deported Uyghurs and condemn the Thai government.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, when Chinese are found at our U.S.-Mexico border, he says illegal immigrants in Thailand. He says the illegal Chinese at the border are Chinese soldiers. So in Thailand, they are being oppressed. Over here, they are soldiers trying to take down the U.S. So anyway, that's another example of Gordon Chang being Gordon Chang. Very
Always
on
be your
brand
own,
for
man.
him.
Always be your own people.
All right, next one. We got to know what percentage of Jews are actually Zionists. I don't really know, but even Kim Iverson had an entire conversation with a very nice Jewish girl tonight. But unfortunately, I believe Jewish population is completely brainwashed when it comes to Palestine. There's no hope for them. They believe the land is theirs and everybody else is a terrorist. She was born and raised in the U.S. and genuinely believes Palestinians are terrorists responsible for the death of Jews and we should condemn them. By the way, she started off anti-genocide, pro-Palestinian. If anything, truth came out shortly. I've noticed not many, like even Adam Sandler seems to be in support of,
Oh yeah, he said multiple times.
or
Like,
even
Israel's a
and
beautiful place.
Jerry Seinfeld, like all these comedians.
They're Jewish.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld's always been a piece of shit.
Yeah,
though.
he's.
But it's like,
They're all Jewish.
but there are the Jews who speak out against this, like Jill Stein
Yeah.
or Gabor Mate, or even there's all these big name Jews. But
Even in the entertainment industry, there was a bunch of Jewish actors who like signed that fucking letter to Biden.
I heard the Orthodox Jews are like the part of the Jews that don't agree with it.
Yeah, they don't. They fight against like conscription.
Well, that's it. Conscription.
And I've even seen pictures of Orthodox Jews in Israel holding Palestinian flags, saying like.
Yeah,
"Stop,
I
stop."
saw a lot of that. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Against
It's because accordingly in the Torah, which is what I said, it says that Jews shall never have their own country, which is what they're also arguing. That Orthodox Jews who follow the Torah to like the T say God said we should not have our own country.
right, okay. So I don't know. I don't think I know. I think most of the Jews that I've met in my personal life, based on what things they've said, I think they're all Zionists.
Yeah.
There's one that I met recently who I was kind of feeling it out. And it's like, oh, she seems like she's on the fence. So for me, I kind of feel uncomfortable around Jewish people in terms of like, okay, I know I cannot talk about certain things because I don't want to like offend them or whatever. But it seems like, yeah, it's only a very small minority of Jews that seem to see the Palestinian side of things. So
Yeah, I went to high school in a very largely Jewish area outside of Philadelphia, and the majority of the people that I'm friends with on Facebook have been writing a lot of pro-Zionist stuff, and it's been making me feel very uncomfortable because I was like, you're on the right side of everything else but this, and that makes me feel weird. You know what I mean?
But you gotta understand that it's also personal to them, right? I mean, it would be personal. It's like us something about Korea that the world.
That's the example that I've been using. If Korea was causing genocide, I would immediately be like, "Fuck that! We're stopping."
But that's you, dude. You know, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's that hard.
I don't think it's
the
hard.
place where you come from doesn't define who you are as a person. How you react defines who you are. And these people who take it as an attack on their own personal thing, I find that very odd.
Yeah.
I find that very odd. Because you're like stereotyping yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're saying that like because I'm Korean, like I have to be. That's like no, I'm a fucking human first. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys ever like read the Old Testament, but like you can kind of see where they get that mentality of like we are God's people.
Yeah.
We will kill anyone who stands in our way.
they did. They killed Jesus.
Yeah. So you can see, like, so it's not just like
no, but it's not
I was
even just
taught
that.
this.
Yeah, whenever they killed someone, it was like okayed by God because they were the righteous people.
Yeah.
What I found,
and like everyone who wasn't Jewish technically was descendant of Cain, right? Who
kill
was
him.
this like horrible fucking traitorous person. So it's like
Cain killed Abel, right? Or was it the other way around?
yeah.
Killed his brother.
Yeah. Well, they say some say like I mean some of the Jews say like
which none
Muslims
of them
are like the descendants of
right.
Okay.
None of that makes sense because they were brothers.
all right,
So that means you guys are from the same bloodline.
okay.
But anyways, yeah.
Yeah. Any final thought?
Amen.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, last story before we get to our weekly Hank You clip. You know, now since we're talking about Jewish people, the Korea Times recently did an article highlighting a Nobel Prize-winning American Jewish economist woman from New York who said that the declining birth rate was due to housework. And I remember thinking that's kind of weird because she doesn't really know about Korea. And then I left a comment on the Korea Times Instagram, and then the author of the piece said, well, you know, she won a Nobel Prize, and I'm like, whatever.
Shit.
But then I'm like, really? You think that's the? But then,
Unless it's a Nobel Prize about Korean economics, like what?
yeah, I'm like, just because. So anyway, Nobel Prize doesn't mean shit, just because it's from Sweden.
Didn't Obama get one?
Yeah, he did too, and then he bombed Libya.
Yep.
So
And Somalia.
he bombed quite a few countries. didn't he?
Yeah.
And bought a nice place in Hawaii in the North Shore.
Oh, not just Martha's Vineyard.
Dude.
Okay. All right. So last story is Seoul's average apartment sales price at record highs.
Oh, man, it's crazy.
So now you have, I think this could be a more of a factor in the low birth rate. So in January, the average apartment price reached 1.383 billion. It's about 947,000 US dollars. That's
For how
crazy.
Big, okay, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But for how big is what you're asking? That's about like maybe like 20평, 25평.
20 pyong would be about 700 square feet.
About
That's
no.
insane.
Yeah, I know in a square
Wait, I
meter.
thought housing prices in Korea are going down.
You smoking crack cocaine? What are you talking about? No, it's always gonna
How
go
is
up.
crack cocaine?
Crack cocaine's very nice.
Wait, but that like is confusing because the economy is going down, but the pricing, the apartment or the housing market, blah, blah, blah,
Like
is
here,
going
right?
up.
You know, in Korea, if you have the
yeah,
money,
that's true.
buy an apartment, not a villa, an apartment. It'll always go up.
Because
Well,
it tanked during Moon Jae-in's administration, but since then, it's
yeah. What about all those people who bought in Songdo? I
logically,
heard
that
they
doesn't
lost a
make
lot of
sense.
money.
What goes up must come down.
Songdo was a terrible project.
But
They
you're
had-
just saying buy apartments, they always go up, and then Songdo fucking
Oh,
crashed.
sorry, in Seoul.
Okay, in Seoul. Okay.
Gangnam specifically, maybe.
Gangnam is awesome.
Yeah, so in Gangnam,
$2
the
million.
the price is about 2.8 billion, which is about 1.9 million US dollars. In neighboring Seochogu, it was just under 3 billion. It's about 2.1 million US dollars. So I think that's the real cause of the lowering birth
So
rates.
Pampo, but people can't live there. That's the thing. The schools in that whole area are really good. So Pampo, for example, Pampo Chai apartment, it was going for 30억 for a 25평 place. Right, that's why I had to start when I left.
Okay.
So right now, Pampo, that probably be like 50, like 5 million.
All right. So that's it for that. I don't think will be buying property in Korea anytime soon. Although you own land there, don't you?
Yep, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, you do.
You guys want to build
Freaking
something?
landlord here.
Yeah.
This is why he's no, I'm just kidding. How many acres do you have, or hectares, or whatever?
Enough to build a racetrack.
Okay.
What?
But they built some big ass factory there, so I probably can't.
All right. You can build another factory, a weed factory. All right, so that's it. And then before we go, our Hank You clip of the week. Let's check it out.
I'll let you grow on my land.
Yeah, this doesn't even look
Like,
like
how are
Hank
you going to call yourself a nationalist when you have zero loyalty whatsoever to the country that you are born?
Is this old or
raised?
recent?
What's his loyalty with Heil Hitler? He was
could be
born in
old.
Germany. Dankeschön.
Dankeschön.
Beat the shin.
Anyway, I don't know. The internet sucks, so you are not a fucking
You know, I don't like
nationalist. he
looking at
says.
this guy, dude. I think he should just get
All
run
right.
over by a truck.
And that's it from us today at
Wait, but
Ktown
what was
So-
the point of that video?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just randomness. All right. And
Why do
that's
people
it.
do these?
That's it from us today at Ktown Social Club. We'll be back.
Yo, Kodiak Red got arrested.
I don't know who that is.
Island boy.
Photo?
Island boy.
Okay. We'll talk
Is one
about
of the
that.
Island Boys? The two
Island
kids?
Boys. Do you know what this? I don't know what.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
an
those.
island boy.
You don't remember that? They're like these two
Island
brothers.
And we'll be back
They're
next
twins.
time. I'm
They're
Michael
twins,
Kim.
and they like kiss
Thanks
each other
to,
on their OnlyFans.
Ed Choi, Young Kim, and David Yoon for coming in today. David was gone for a couple weeks. Good to have him back.
Came back
And-
with a new haircut.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Yeah, the Island Boys are like fucking insane.
What's the deal with OnlyFans?
They like make out with each other
Wait,
and,
what?
and do like fucking creepy sexual stuff with each other. At least that's what the
okay.
fucking article said.